So, as you know, I have been piloting the tablet technology project for a couple of years now, and we recently discovered that there is a surplus of monies in the CACFP budget, which I believe could help get us on track with implementing this strategic goal. So the overall goal is to invest in tablet technology for direct service staff who work in the field and implement a 100% paperless office. Okay. So, in doing so, we are able to meet organizational goals on a variety of levels. The first level is the learning and growth goals. So for staff, we are able to not only equip them with tablet technology and the tools to create a paperless office, but in doing so, we are raising computer literacy skills, which then only help other areas of our organization which heavily rely on computer literacy. We are also able to provide staff with ongoing training in new technology, which allows them to observe current trends in the field of technology and report back and have a basic understanding of what we're looking for and what could help us in the future. And we are also creating an environment that cultivates innovation. So we know that as an organization we want to be successful, and part of being successful means to have innovative thinkers. So some internal goals that stem from implementing the strategic goal is to phase this technology in, or the strategic goal into phases of 4. And what that allows us to do is have smaller groups which are more controllable, easier to implement high quality training, and get quicker feedback and meet the needs of all skill sets. It also allows us to decrease the costs of office supplies and promote more effective communication through file sharing and data entry. And both of these things support customer service goals because it allows us to reduce the time that we need to input data in order to be more responsive to consumer needs. It allows us to match trends in order to ensure customer satisfaction, and it provides faster access to files and data sharing for real-time information for all of the stakeholder reports that we're responsible for on the upper management end. And also it allows us to, because we're increasing productivity, we are also increasing our outcomes, and our outcomes secure longevity within our field, and it also opens us the opportunity to explore other forms of nonprofit technology grants. So if we have a strong foundation in this field, or in this particular part of the field, then we are able to expand upon it in the future. So that is the overall strategic goal. Any questions at all about those goals? No? Okay. So we can recognize that this is not going to be an easy process, especially given the amount of staff we have and various skill sets. So this is the time frame for this goal is within a year, to at least have a foundation started that we can build upon. And of course there are going to be many steps in between, but I have narrowed down 3 major steps that we can implement to try to have this project come to fruition. The first and foremost, it's important that we get all team members together, those who are directly impacted in the field, the direct service, family workers, and home visitors, but as well as managers who are going to have to oversee the implementation of this. And we explain to them that this is our vision. So over the last several years we have heard from managers that they are having a hard time getting accurate data, and they're having a hard time getting data entered on a timely manner. And then direct service staff have been reporting that because we have 1 foot in technology and 1 foot in paper, there's a lot of duplication. So they're having a hard time with time management, especially those who travel, and getting in all of the data that they need to get in on a timely manner, so that way the managers can report the data that they need to.
So are the managers going to be also trained in the tablets?
So I don't know that they need to be trained in the use of tablets, but they do need to be trained in the cloud sharing technology, because that's where they're going to look for different various files that the direct service staff are going to upload. So we need to get all of the team members together to show them that we are responding to their feedback that they have given, and this is our vision. So we're responsive to their needs, and in doing so we're going to implement this project in phases of 4. And then at the end of this project, this is what we are hoping it looks like. So that also includes, like I said, the management team, but also direct service staff. And then from there we can start to build out our framework on how we're going to implement this. So this comes with assigning responsibilities. So there's going to be several layers of responsibilities throughout the entire course of this project. However, what we can do is start with management team. The management team has to understand that their files are going to be shared now digitally and utilized digitally. So that means to ensure all of their department areas their files are online, and in doing so make sure that they're current and up to date, so that way when staff use them they have easy access to up-to-date information. As change agents, those facilitating the implementation of the strategic goal, we need to share that responsibility of training staff on all levels of computer literacy. So there are going to be some staff who basically need a basic computer course, how to navigate what a tablet is, how to use a stylus, how to access your applications, those who might not be able to transition from computer to tablet.
And who's going to do that training?
So I am. And then those who have basic computer literacy skills but need help kind of just navigating where all of the pieces go. Like once they're up and going, that they're okay with navigating a computer, but they need to know how to like log into the internet, log into the cloud, etc.
So now you said you're going to start this off small.
Yes.
So how many are we going to start with?
So we have 9 centers. And 9 centers, 4 counties. So I was going to actually just go county by county. Because the largest group would be a group of 5. So because right now we have the funds to do Warren County, we'll start with Warren County home visitors, and then once they're up and running, then we can move into Hunterdon County and then move across that way.
And within a year, then they'll all be up and running.
That's the hope, yeah. That would depend on budget. Yeah. Okay, and then direct service staff are going to be responsible then for not only coming to the trainings, but really engaging in the training. So once there's that emotional buy-in, then they can utilize the trainings and the tools given to them and engage in a positive manner. So, share frustrations, but also those frustrations stem from, I really did try, I attended the trainings, I used the tools, I took the notes, and I'm still having a hard time, versus complete apathy, I don't want anything to do with this.
So the managers are going to be responsible for monitoring it?
So what's going to happen is that the different service area departments are going to have the files that they're looking for.
It's not there then.
Correct. Yeah. So if they need to access, like if health department needs to access the child's health intake, it should be on the server, on the cloud. And if it's not on the cloud, then they need to know that they know that they have to reach out to that staff member to either upload it or to complete it. So all files that typically would be put in the file during file review are now, the file review is actually being digitalized and it's now on the cloud, yeah. So once we assign those responsibilities, then we're able to kind of branch out and get to work. And then that comes in with step 3. The last phase of this is going to be to check with staff to make sure that they are that they are learning the skills that they need to learn, and they're doing so effectively. So at the beginning, we're going to have to do frequent check-ins to make sure that they are immediately responded to with any questions that they have. Provide on-site support, train possibly the center directors to have more immediate support if I'm unavailable, and then get their feedback. So how are things going? Are things going well? What are you stuck on? What's working really well for you? What do you need more of? And then in that process, check for the change climate. So is the attitude relatively positive? Is this a source of frustration for staff? Are they feeling inadequate? Do we need to build some self-efficacy up? Where do we need to step in? In a perfect world, it would be going great and the morale will be high and everybody will be learning quickly, but we know that's not the case. So in the beginning, there needs to be frequent check-ins, and then as time goes on, we can kind of pull back and possibly use the strengths of that focus group when we transition to other centers as well and do some peer mentoring.
So when we have, so if all the, so say one of the home visitors travels to Hackettstown.
Yeah.
and they have their tablet,
Mhm.
and they're gonna have Wi-Fi,
Mhm.
and so they're gonna be able to do everything that they need to do because all the files are gonna be on the cloud.
Right. So all the files are going to be on the cloud, and they have the pen input technology too. So while we might not be up and running to where they can type in all over forms, might not be edible in that sense, they are able to at least write on the screen what they need to write in, as opposed to writing it on paper and then bringing it back to the center, making copies, and then inputting that data back into the computer.
And this is all because we have Office 365.
Right. So since we've upgraded to Office 365, we now have
This capability.
yes, a large. We have like a terabyte of cloud storage that we can use, and we are able to create subgroups. So teachers can have their own access if we get to that point, but home visitors have their access that only home visitors have. So it's only files relative to them, and then we can further create subdivisions. So only early Head Start, and then only Head Start.
So also the coordinator are going to have to know how to do this also.
So
the health coordinators.
Right. Well, the health. Right. So that way, so when we branch out to family workers, the family workers and health coordinators or health staff, whoever's going to be doing the intake, can actually share the tablet, and they can both use it for this, because the family workers only go out 3 times a year, so they're not heavily using it like the home visitors are.
So you think that the teachers, when they go out and do their home visits, they're going to do the tablet too down the road?
Yeah, because we'll have Child Plus put on it.
Right.
So they can actually, instead of using the forms, they don't even need the forms, they can do data entry right there.
Right.
And so, because right now we are unable to access Promise online or offline on anything that we have, but with Child Plus it's a software and we have the capability of doing so. So this might actually give us the opportunity to eliminate many forms that we have, like the home-based planning form.
Right.
We won't need that because we can use what's in Child Plus,
Right.
and then the parents can sign from there.
Right, nice.
Yeah. So in essence, we're not only saving in the cost of office supplies, but we're also saving in time and energy in doing all of these forms that we don't need to do, because now we have the technology to support it.
Yeah, okay.
Any other questions? Any questions about the multiple goals that the strategic plan will hit on?
I don't think so.
Any areas of concern or problems that you might anticipate?
I think, the financial part of it, I know we have money for this year,
This phase.
this first phase of getting the first county. So it's where to find the money after that.
Yeah.
So like you said, there's grants out there that we can maybe apply for. But I think we're moving in the right direction.
Good. Any other questions?
Well, I think so.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome. Thank you.